This is Carly Monday from Prep for a Pop, and now we're going to go over the FEMA SMART guillotines placed in FEMA internment camps. Are you on the list? And I'm getting it from American Media Group, so if you'd like to go over there, it is amg-news.com. And this was from March 17th of 2022. I am sorry that I have been a little far behind on the things that I usually do. I have moved, and I had a lot of moving stuff to do, and now I am hopefully back to getting all this stuff out to you guys. A United States Air Force C-17 cargo plane arrived at Andrews Air Force Base loaded with crates of SMART guillotines, says a White House insider speaking under conditions of anonymity. I'm going to go ahead and play you this and then read a little bit more. It's 10 minutes and 50 seconds.
There's a lot going on right now. Decisions being made that are unprecedented and will have an overreaching
Let's try it again.
impact on what it means to live in the United States of America. Both the Senate and the House of Representatives have just overwhelmingly passed the National Defense Authorization Act. Squeezed into this military funding bill are two provisions that give the military not just lots and lots of money, but lots and lots of power as well.
A new generation of surveillance drones could soon be watching us all. The Federal Aviation Administration is expected to announce plans to expand the use of domestic drones in American airspace.
Well, get ready to look up at the sky and see drones hovering above. As of now, unmanned aircraft could only be used by military airspace and by certain law enforcement agencies. But this week, Congress passed a bill that would allow for commercial and private use of the drones.
I have two words for you. Predator planes. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
We're shopping and dining over Thanksgiving and maybe watching some football games. Big government Republicans and Democrats were busy shredding the last vestiges of the Constitution. Senators John McCain and Carl Levin want to enact a law that would declare the entire United States of America a battlefield for the military. They're talking about inserting the Army into domestic law enforcement. Senator Lindsey Graham, who supports this bill, says, quote, "The homeland is part of the battlefield, and people can be held without trial, whether an American citizen or not."
The Department of Homeland Security buying ammunition, now looking to purchase another 21 million rounds of ammunition. This in addition, of course, to the 1.6 billion rounds that Homeland Security has bought in just the past 10 months. Now, to put all of this in perspective, the military used approximately 70 million rounds each year of the Iraq War. 70 million rounds in a war.
If you look at what the Department of Homeland Security has been purchasing over the last year, it comes out to like 1.6 billion rounds of ammunition, more than 7,000 fully automatic assault weapons, 2,700 MRAP type vehicles, and now drones. Those are instruments of war. Department of Homeland Security's, who are they going to fight a war against?
Something happened to...
Supervisor for El Paso SRT, for Homeland Security Investigations. Well, we have our big vehicle out here. It's an armored vehicle. It's an MRAP vehicle. It's mine resistant, ambush protected is what it stands for. That's what we use to deliver our team to high-risk warrant services.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
Important breaking news out of Boston. A pair of bombings rocked the finish line at the historic Boston Marathon.
It was never meant that we would have this gigantic police force from the federal government. I mean, we had martial law up there. FBI and all these agents coming in and closing things down, going to people's houses. Do we close down cities because there's 10 murders over the weekend in Chicago? We don't do that. But here we close down a whole city, not even allowed to go to a baseball game. I mean, I think it's very, very scary when I look at some of those
neighborhoods and the practices that they're doing with our local police department, this is all in preparation for martial law, so that when they do actually lock down the country, they've got everything secured.
But I think what we're starting to see, for anybody who is objective at all, is we're seeing a totalitarian system now unveil itself. And ever since essentially 9/11 happened, it's been more and more of these draconian measures that are leading us right down the road to martial law.
Particularly to hear President Obama claim the power to keep people in prison indefinitely with no charges against them, no conviction, no sentence, just imprisonment. It's particularly stunning to hear him make that claim in the middle of a speech that was all about the rule of law.
This last week, U.S. Congress passed a bill which repeals classic comitatus, which means that we have now institutionalized and codified martial law. Right now, the battle against terrorism involves all of us. Everybody in this country is a potential terrorist.
We don't even understand freedom anymore. We are a country that is headed towards socialism, totalitarianism, beyond your wildest imagination. I have to tell you, I'm doing a story tonight that I wanted to debunk these FEMA camps. I'm tired of hearing, you know about them? Sure. I'm tired of hearing it. I wanted to debunk them. Well, we've now for several days done research on them. I can't debunk them. I don't know anything about them. It is our government. If you trust our government, it's fine. If you have any kind of fear that we might be headed towards a totalitarian state, look out, buckle up. There's something going on in our country that is ain't good.
And they find a little red dot or a little blue dot on their mailbox, and they wonder what the little red dot and blue dot is. Well, it's marking your mailbox by the government, so when foreign troops come in here on us after martial law, but if you have a blue dot, they take you to the FEMA camps being built by Halliburton right now to house 50 million Americans. They're building enough concentration camps in America by Halliburton. So I'm going to tell all of you, if you have not bought ammunition, if you have not bought guns, go get them now. Go get them now, because you won't be able to get them much longer. Change has come to America.
Practice Christianity and you could be court-martialed. That could be the new law of the land for our armed forces, thanks to a proposal by a religious tolerance group that claims Christian evangelists are predators.
Is a war on religious liberty within the military, and that the Christianity of service members is now coming under attack by the Obama administration.
These two workers have microchips.
Right. Well, this is very, very real, and these microchips are about the size of a grain of rice. They get injected into your skin.
Futuristic film. Humans injected with a tiny chip holding the key to all of their private information.
But as you're about to see in our CBS 46 investigation, it's not fiction. In fact, it's being marketed in Georgia as life-saving technology. Life-saving technology.
We have a Florida family who are really pioneers in the brave new world. They have volunteered to be the first ever to have microchip identification devices implanted into their body.
It is the first implantable microchip for humans that has multiple security, financial, and healthcare applications.
One thing I would just suggest, I'm just an outside soon-to-be investor. I love this idea, by the way, Scott. I think
The Northside Independent School District in San Antonio has put tracking chips in the ID badges for more than 4,000 high school students.
Well, it looks and sounds like something out of the future, but a new home scanning device will help Bossier Parish schools keep better track of what children are eating at. The electronic device will be implemented for all Bossier Parish schools.
Now we're seeing a complete totalitarian takeover of the United States of America. And we've been talking about this for years now. This is the police state. This is the police state. This is what a total breakdown of our society looks like. But we're seeing all of this intensify. This is all intensifying around the Second Amendment. Should we be able to own guns or not? Let's take guns away from the people. These are very big, very hardcore issues.
No matter what your purpose is, you must leave. If you do not disperse, you may be arrested and or subject to other police action. The use of riot control agents and or less lethal munitions, which could cause risk of injury to those who
to detain you. They don't need to acknowledge your Fourth Amendment rights.
It's what supported things like the Patriot Act and now the NDAA and the ever-encroaching police state.
By order of the City of Pittsburgh Chief Police, I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly and order all those assembled to immediately disperse. You must leave the immediate vicinity.
Urban military training exercises are becoming an increasingly common sight in many U.S. cities. The Department of Homeland Security has spent the past year acquiring more than 1 billion rounds of high-performance ammunition. Do these developments suggest concerns over a potential terrorist attack? Are they preparations for widespread social upheaval? Is there perhaps something even more sinister underway? As an insider at the Department of Homeland Security who described urban warfare training as, quote, desensitizing exercises all across the U.S., adding that, quote, we're being prepared for mass civil unrest in major U.S. cities. DoD will be expected to help when we're requested.
Okay, guys, that was the video, and I'm going to read a little bit more, and then I'm going to go to a couple of short videos. But the technological advanced guillotines, he said, are being manufactured in Beijing before being flown exclusively to U.S. air bases. Then the military distributes the guillotines to FEMA camps nationwide. He said the Smart Guillotine project was commissioned in 2011 at the request of former President Barack Hussein Obama, who had hoped during his term to declare martial law and use the deadly apparatus against patriots and freedom fighters that challenged his one-world government agenda. The guillotine, he added, is the ideal method of execution for instilling fear among the masses. The guillotine gained popularity during the French Revolution. The device consists of a tall, upright frame in which a weighed and angled blade is raised to the top and suspended. The condemned person is secured with stocks at the bottom of the frame, positioning the neck directly below the blade. The blade is then released to quickly fall and forcefully decapitate the victim with a single clean pass, so that the head falls into a basket below. The Smart Guillotine retains the basic design while adding several scientific advancements, which I really don't want to know what those are. But the next one here is called Surviving Torture During Martial Law. I checked this one out, and it happens to have a commercial in it, so I went ahead, it's a long one, so I went ahead and found it online, so you can just see the main part of it. So let's just start it, if I can get it back to where it was. All right, Surviving Torture During Martial Law, and this one is from Rappler.
Well, ang worst na nagawa sa akin probably was the Russian roulette. Yun ang hindi ko malimutan yun. Yan ako sa isang kwarto, lasing eh. May English siya eh. Sabi niya, Neri, are you lucky tonight? Sabi niya, do you feel lucky? Sabi niya, siyempre tahimik lang ako, lasing eh. Kinuha niya malaking revolver niya. In-empty niya yun ng kitang-kita ko, in-empty niya eh. Nahuhulog eh. Oh, ito ha. Pasok lang ako ng isa ha. Pasok niya isa. Siro-rotate niya. Tapos pinasok niya ang galang. Sabi niya, tingnan natin if you're lucky tonight. Alam mo, pag nasa loob yung isang in-barrel sa bunganga mo, ang lamig. Kasi nervyos ka na, tapos malamig na aircon. Sabi niya, sige, tingnan natin if you're lucky. Siyamba talaga yon kung mabuhay ka o hindi eh. Di ba? So, anyway, drain na drain ako. Sabi ko, di, tahimik pala ako. Wala akong sinasabi. Sabi niya, you're very lucky ah. Let's do it again. nila sa Negros dati na walang tanim. The peasants were hungry. Alam niyo, may panahon sa Negros ang tawag namin Tiempos Muertos, yung the season of death, na walang milling, walang pera, walang makain. Nagtanim ng kamote, may makakain nila. Yung pinakuha ng landlords. So, nagkaroon ng clash. Si Bishop Portage na mag-dialogue. Sabi ng mga farmers, mga sakada, mahirap mag-dialogue sa military at sa gobyernong martial law. Pero he convinced the farmers, 100 or so, na hindi, pumunta kayo sa G, mag-dialogue tayo. I stood up for what I believe is right para sa taong bayan. Tapos tinest yung belief na yon And I thought, di ko kaya Na-torture ka, kinulong ka, all you have to do is say, yes, I give up, di ba? Yan naman ang demand ng martial law government sa'yo Learn how to be cowed to submission. If you don't learn how to be cowed to submission, we will crush you. Yan naman ang message So ang pinaka-lesson ko pala doon, you can stand up for the people and still survive.
And so that was the next one. So you know what he did. If you want to stand up for what you believe in, and it's very important to you, then you're just going to have to stand strong. How strong are we? We're living in a society right now where we don't believe that we should be hurt in any capacity, that our feelings are the most important thing ever. Your values are the most important thing ever. Our values are extremely important, and it's going to be, whether you believe it or not, in the end. And the end is here. Now, I'm going to read the rest of this for you. Now, I was telling you about how the guillotines work. And here's a for example. The headrest has motion sensors and pressure plates that detect the presence of a human neck. No operator is needed. A computer drops and retracts a razor-sharp weighted titanium blade, which our source said can sever several hundred heads per sharpening. If a person resists, arm and leg restraints spring forth from recessed compartments, rendering the victim immobile. Moreover, the small guillotines employ biometric scanning, including facial recognition technology, to exonerate persons mistakenly placed on the guillotine for execution. The deep state, and by association, FEMA, recognized that some of its own people's heads might accidentally wind up on the chalk beam block. They had to devise a way to stop the blade from lopping off friendly heads. So when a person is face down waiting for the blade to fall, the computer scans the face and iris. If it matches a friendly face stored in a database, the blade won't fall and the person is set free, our source says. Now, if that is actually true, and AI is also not taking over the world as we know that it is. Well, now, after Obama left office, FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security kept the Smart Guillotine Project alive using slush funds and black project money to fund 3,000 of the villainous devices, each of which reported cost $17 million. FEMA ordered them from the Chinese, our source added, because the agency felt guilty about using made-in-America products to execute Americans. In addition, the Chinese versions are less costly. The Andrews Air Force Base shipment, over 500 smart guillotines, was distributed by rail to FEMA Zone 6, an area encompassing Texas, New Mexico, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Belgrade, and Arkansas. Primarily red states like to resist a declaration of martial law or a military incursion against the American people. Now, are you ready This one was also very lengthy and commercials. And I'm going to go to their site after this, so you can see where it is and what you can look at on your own free will. But I am going to show you an update from 11, I believe it was, let me see here, 11/18/21. Get ready for COVID-19 FEMA camps. The pandemic is on the move. And Antichrist Germany, ungodly politicians preparing to impose Austria-style lockdown on the unvax. It's coming to America. And I would read this to you, but I think that you guys would find this interesting to read for yourselves. And I'll give you, this is H News Wire. And just look up hnewswire.com. Get ready for COVID-19 FEMA camps. The pandemic is on the move. Just look that up. And, or I'm sure you can just go over here and type all this in. And then, so the next video I'm going to show you is this one, and then we'll finish reading a little bit, and we'll be done with this one.
Bill 416. We found out about it when you tweeted about it. And you said your tweet said this is straight up detention camp stuff in New York. It's a bill giving New York Governor Cuomo, Health Commissioner, or any designated official full power to remove any person or group of people from their home if they deemed they are contagious. Talk to me about this Assembly Bill 416.
That is true. I have the bill right here. Not only does it say if they are contagious, it says if they are a carrier of any contagious disease. You know, here in New York State, our Constitution, the New York State Constitution, begins with this. I want to read it. We, the people of the state of New York, grateful to Almighty God for our freedom, in order to secure its blessings, do establish this Constitution. Well, this bill, A 416, which was drafted, by the way, by Assemblyman Perry in 2015, has been floating around ever since then and keeps getting reintroduced in the Assembly floor. It is now, I want to show this, there's a date on here, it is now up again, January 6th, 2021. I addressed this, I posted about this, I raised concerns about this. Governor Cuomo's people rejected it. They blew us off. They accused us of being, making a big deal out of nothing on Twitter. The communications director told me to go take a walk because I was overly concerned. Well, since then, this has really, in many ways, gone viral. What this bill says is that the governor or any one of his delegates that he appoints can go in and order somebody into a detainment area or a facility that they deem appropriate because they suspect them of being contagious or a carrier. Not only does it say that it can do that to an individual, but it also says to any group of people. This is highly concerning. It's a direct violation of our Fourth Amendment, which keeps us safe and secure from any unreasonable searches, any unreasonable seizures in any way, and it protects our persons. And this is, again, the state of New York, the governor, the fully Democratic legislature, going rogue, and we have right to be highly concerned about this. I did confirm today that this bill has not been removed or withdrawn by the sponsor, Assemblyman Perry, so therefore it is still technically considered up for consideration. And this is highly alarming, and it needs to be addressed, and people need to know about it.
Well, I've got it here in my hand, and I wanted to look at this. The bill states that questionable individual or group of people, and here's the language, quote, shall be detained in a medical facility or other appropriate facility or premises designated by the governor. It does sound like a concentration camp. I mean, any appropriate facility. Do we know what an appropriate facility is?
It's the facility that they deem appropriate. So this is very, very wide language. Not only that, it also says that they can detain you up to 60 days. And that in order for you to get out of that facility, you have to petition them. And it has to be then go before a court order. So it's not that you've broken the law. It's that they have the right, if they think that you are contagious, if they think you are a carrier or a group of people. Keep in mind, the definition of person or persons, that includes your children.
All right, well, I got that down. And I will show you, I don't think that here it is.
Here with more is the award-winning
This is actually the infomercials that were on the other two videos, and it's from Survivalist Prepper Podcast. They are amazing. So I would start here and just go to survivalistprepper.net, and you'll be able to find it, and lots of things about how to survive and cheaper prices for things and all that. But I really hope that you guys will take this seriously. It's not around the corner. As I showed you, most of this is like a half a year, well, from a month to a year old. And if they had all that down, you can imagine how much they have now. In fact, Obama is on the scene with Biden now because he is with Biden. And personally, in my gut, I believe Trump is behind all of them. So he's the bigwig. But that's my opinion, but it's not my opinion that Obama and Biden are together right now, and it's Obama is pulling the strings. So anyway, thank you so much, and remember, Jesus saves, and that you have sinned, I have sinned, every single one of us has sinned, and all you have to do to escape the entire 1,000 years it's coming on